Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Southern Nebraska Conference track meet at Sandy Creek High School. My name is Eric Olgett, Striv Sports Director, and we've got a fun day of track yet ahead of us. And what you are about to see watching this is going to be after the fact. So we have the track meet is over. We are packed up. We are back in Henderson already by the time this gets seen by anybody. You may have already seen results. You might have seen different things about it. But this is the broadcast replay of what we are doing here for Striv TV. I want to thank Ty and Austin, who put in a lot of work here so far today to video and edit some clips from the field events earlier today. So we want to get you some of those results and videos right now.
33 feet, 1 inch. Reminder to spectators, please be quiet. Mark.
As you see them warming up for the finals of the 100 hurdles, something I just realized, Ty, we need to add the USB codec to each of these shots as we go through. So I will talk a little bit, but go ahead and add, you're going to have to edit the shot and add it, but it should be in there. So you got to add the layer, and then you got to go over and click that. So it shouldn't take too long, but it will take a little bit of time. So we'll let... Yep, that's good then. X out. And I tell you what, before we get to that, let's get what's on the track right now. That being the girls' 100-meter hurdles. In lane 1, Superior's Hallie Miller. David City's Macy Swoboda is in lane 2. Fairbury's Janessa Swanda is in lane 3. Centennial's Lily Cast in lane 4. Superior's Madison Blackstone in lane 5. Sydney Hovel of Thayer Central in lane 6. Kaylin Mowinkle of Milford in lane 7, and Samantha Kosert of Milford in lane 8. As we go here today for the finals of the girls' 100-meter hurdles. You're going to do this really fast, aren't you? I appreciate that, man. But now you're going to have to let me see this race. Cast of Centennial, lane 4. See if we can get our end zone camera. No, our end zone camera is not there. Oh, we can't see it here at the end. We will check them off the final. It will be Lily Cast, followed by Madison Blackstone, coming in second place. And I'm sorry about that. We couldn't see a thing there, could we? Well, that's okay. We will... that's been the kind of the day that it was so far, right? Sorry about that, folks. Still working on getting the camera to pull in down there. So while they are setting the hurdles for the guys, let's tell you about the boys' shot puts. Earlier today, a 6th place finish for Colin Vandenberg of David City High School. He went 43 feet even. Hunter Cherveny of Wilber-Clatonia was 5th at 43 feet 8 inches. Riley Moses of Fillmore Central, 44 feet 10 1/4. Aaron Buller of Heartland was third at 47 feet 1 inch. There's Aaron on your screen right now. Trent Grizzle of Fairbury, you saw him just a moment ago. Trent went 49 feet 3 inches, but it was Kyle Ott of Heartland that came up with the victory. 49 feet 9 1/4 inches for Kyle on his best toss. Now let's get the official results for the shot for the 100 hurdles. It was Lily Cast of Centennial there in first, 15:86. Madison Blackstone of Superior was second, 16:45 was Madison's time. Macy Swoboda of David City ran 17.3. That is her best time. She was third. Kaylin Mowinkle of Milford was fourth, 17.45. Sydney Hovel of Thayer Central was fifth in 17:53. Hallie Miller of Superior was sixth in 17:69. Janessa Swanda of Fairbury was seventh, and Samantha Kozert of Milford was eighth in that race. Still getting the guys set up, so let's go back to the girls' discus. There you see the very first one is Kaylin Meyer of Superior, 162 feet 10 inches. That is a new SNC meet record. They actually had to move the fence because Kaylin hit 165 on a practice toss. Janessa Eden of Fairbury was second with 140 feet. Alexa Schmidt of Fillmore Central was third, 135.7. Sarah Huss of Fairbury was fourth at 119.2. Miranda Humphrey of Fairbury was fifth at 105 feet 6 inches. And Katie Van Landingham of Wilber-Clatonia, 99 feet 8 inches. She was sixth. This is one more time the look at Kaylin Meyer. The toss there for Superior. She pulls up with the victory. So the guys are in the blocks right now for the 110-meter high hurdles. Dylan Weichel of Fairbury in lane 1. Philip Price of Thayer Central in lane 2. It's all Sutton in 3, 4, and 5 with George Herndon, Kyle Baumert, and Cameron Kleinschmidt. And we apologize, we are still missing our camera here at the end. So we will, there goes Sutton, 1 and 2, and Fairbury's Dylan Weichel finishes in third there on the inside. Dylan comes from lane 1, had a prelim time of 17:27, but he comes up in third place there in the race. So the 100-meter dash will be coming up here momentarily. While they get ready for that, we will get you to the video and the results from the boys' discus. Sixth place went to Keith Herget of Thayer Central, 120 feet and 10 inches. Justin Slonick of Centennial, 125 feet 9 inches, was fifth. Quinn Butsky of Centennial, he was fourth at 136.8. Followed by Tyler Hooper of Wilber-Clatonia at 137 feet even. Kyle Ott of Heartland. You see Kyle on your screen right now, 139 feet 6 inches. That was his second toss of the day. But he was bested by Jaden Hansen of Superior. Going to take a long look at Jaden here. Jaden went 142 feet and 10 inches on his best toss, and it was a good one there. So Jaden Hansen of Superior was your winner in the boys' discus. And so they are getting ready still there for the 100-meter dash. So we will take a look at that here. So in the 100-meter dash here in the finals for the girls, it'll be Jenna Cottom of Thayer Central in lane 1, Kaylee Wetchen of Heartland in lane 2, Cora DeBoer of Fairbury in lane 3, Trisha Hayes of Superior in lane 4, Lexus Prohaska of Centennial lane 5, Danny Freeman of Superior in 6, Macy Swoboda of David City in 7, Mariah Cummings of David City in lane 8. Again, this is Cummings doesn't look like she's in there for lane 8. So 7 runners for the finals of the 100-meter dash. And it looks like We're going to need a reset on our camera here momentarily. So we got to fix all that stuff. But, well, there it is. No, we're live. We're good. At the end and at the finish, I couldn't even tell. Was it Superior? Was it Danny Freeman of Superior that won that thing? That's how the day has gone for us, folks. I apologize. Actually, it had been going really well right up before we started the attempt at streaming. Final results in the boys 110 hurdles. You saw it just a little bit ago. Kyle Baumert of Sutton won the event, 15.12. Cameron Kleinschmidt of Sutton was second, 15.62. Dylan Weichel of Fairbury finishes in third, 16.01. Mason Zimmerman of Wilber-Clatonia was fourth in 16.39. Colton Rezebeck of Wilber-Clatonia was fifth, 16.64. Philip Price of Thayer Central was sixth in 16.84. George Herndon of Sutton was seventh in 16.86. And Colin Penning of Milford was eighth in 17.32.
100-meter dash. Lane 1, Western Cerveni, Wilber-Clatonia High School. Lane 2, Jackson Perrin, Sutton. Lane 3, Drake Burton from Milford High School.
And the results getting sped across to us here for the girls 100-meter dash. It was Trisha Hayes of Superior. That was the one. So Trisha finishes first, 13.12. Lexus Prohaska of Centennial was second in 13.25. Jenna Cottom of Thayer Central was third, 13.46. Cora DeBoer of Fairbury was fourth in 13.53. Macy Swoboda of David City was fifth, 13.54. Kaylee Wetjen of Heartland was sixth in 13.59. Danny Freeman of Superior was seventh at 13.67. So the boys 100-meter dash is getting ready to go into the blocks. In lane 1, it's Hunter Cherveny of Wilber-Clatonia. Lane 2, Jackson Perrion of Sutton. Lane 3, Drake Burton of Milford. Lane 4, Cameron Kleinschmidt of Sutton. Reese Foreman of Centennial is in lane 5. Trey Firestein of Superior in lane 6. Elian Thompson of Centennial in 7. Tad Moldenhauer of Wilber-Clatonia in 8. And here they come on the front stretch in the 100-meter dash. Kleinschmidt in the middle. Reese Foreman, though, is the winner from Centennial. And I will still apologize to Reese Foreman. I remember back in the fall, Game 2, UTAN at Centennial, 1 versus 2 matchup, right? Almost the entire game, he was Royce Freeman. By the way, Nebraska played Oregon the next day, right, in football. And all game, he was Royce Freeman instead of his given name of Reese Foreman. I apologize still to Mr. Foreman. So while they get those, what's our next event is the 800-meter run that's coming up next. We don't have video of the girls' high jump, so I can't tell you the results, though. In 6th place was Madison Blackstone of Superior. 5th place, Rihanna Wilhelm of Heartland. 4th place was Shelby Ziegler of Centennial, clearing 4 feet 10. J.L. Johnson of Fairbury was 3rd at 4 feet 10. Chloe Sourdike of Thayer Central also cleared 14.10. And Chloe Kolb of Milford clears 5 feet in the girls' high jump, and she wins the event. So 10 points there for Milford in the girls' high jump. I think we have no, we don't. We don't have any time for that. Let's go to the 800-meter run on the track for the women. That is coming up.
3 through 8 was like.
Throw your headset on, man. Do some talking like you meant to do today, right? Ty Schweer going to help us out a little bit. And, yeah, Ty, turn your microphone up there.
Test.
There he is, folks. Welcome, Ty, to the broadcast. You go first. Men's 100-meter dash finals.
So in 8th place, we had Tad Moldenhauer from Wilber-Clatonia going 12.01. In 7th, right in front of him, is Hunter Curvany. Curvany. Good thing you're here with me for this.
It's a good check name there. You know, just a C means it's ch.
Okay.
It's a good check name. Right?
So
anyway.
then in 6th, Jackson Perrin from Sutton.
Don't know that one.
In 5th, Trey Fierstein from Superior. Alan Thompson.
A Lion. Look at his name. A Lion. A-L-Y-O-N. A Lion.
Thompson.
Yeah.
From Centennial.
Right.
In 3rd, Drake Burton from Milford.
Milford.
And in 2nd, Cameron Kleinschmidt from Sutton, an 11.55. And Reese Foreman from Centennial in 1st, 11.41. Got that one.
Good job. I think by looking out there, we might just have one heat of this girls' 800-meter run because I see Taylor Queering, who has run 10:19 or 2:19 this year. She ran a 2:17 a year ago and is one of the top runners in this event in the state. Was well out in front right away. So let's see if we can't pick her up. Well, now we lost our other camera. As here comes Taylor down the front stretch. Her teammate Brittany Queering actually has the second fastest seat time, and that is Brittany right behind. Oh, that's a Superior runner. Well, let's see who that might be. Sierra Blackburn, maybe?
Seems right.
Sure. I know for sure that's Taylor Queering in the lead. 2 laps as fast as you can go. I have said for a long time there are the 2 hardest races for anybody, let alone good athletes, are the 800, and in high school it's 300, and in college it's the 400 hurdles. Those two races are just really, really difficult. Let's see if we got, nope, we still don't have that one back. Ty, take it home here. Taylor Queering in the lead.
Taylor Queering in the lead.
Probably going to win.
In the final stretch, way out in front of everybody. I do not have a sheet with all the names. I don't know where Eric just set that. But Taylor Queering way out in front. Very hefty lead. Wins by a good 50 meters. There's a chase for 2nd and 3rd and 4th even. As we had a very close ending for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Looking for the names. Eric had to go fix a problem with our other camera. Left me alone. Scary thought. This is the first time I've ever done a track meet. Technically, last one I tried went horribly wrong. Surprisingly. So we're getting the final people across the finish line now. Hopefully I can find the 800 in here. There is the men's. So I'll have the men's set up next. Unfortunately, can't tell you the names of those people. I will get them to you as soon as we get the results ran over to us. For now, we're going to be setting up the men's 800-meter run. Coming in, the top time comes from Preston Lee of Wilber-Clatonia with a 2:18, followed very closely by Jeremiah Gray from Fairbury with a 2:21. So expect those two out front. Plenty of competitors. We're going to have, it's like one big heat, maybe. Excuse me, fastest time is going to be Aubrey Fangmeyer from Thayer Central with a 2:08. Eric is back, thank goodness.
Aubrey's good at this race. He's very, very good at this race. We're going to let that other camera cool off for a while. I think it got hot, man. It's been on all day.
Well, it's definitely warm here. A little bit of a change-up. We have not had many nice track meets thus far this season. A lot of cold, a lot of rain. Last week we got canceled at, we were headed to Donovan Trumbull. Ended up getting canceled because of the rain. So a little bit of unfamiliar sunshine here at Sandy Creek today.
So Aubrey's got the fastest seed time, 2 minutes flat point 8. Nathan Hohensee of Sutton, the second fastest seed time at 2:03. Zach Koss of Thayer Central at 2:05. Chandler Shelkoff of Fillmore Central at 2:08. Jackson Hirschfeld of Centennial at 2:08. A reminder earlier today in the 3200, Jackson Hirschfeld had the 6th fastest seed time, but won the event. Always something to keep an eye on. So that means this should be the final results of the girls' 800-meter run. 2:18.56 was Taylor Aquarian's run. She's very good at that event. 2:18.56 second. That's 10 seconds faster than Caitlin Richardson of Thayer Central, who ran 2:28.5. McKenna Learman of Fairbury, 2:29. Sierra Blackburn of Superior was 4th in 2:29.3. Kate Hirschfeld of Centennial, 2:31. She was 5th. And Daly Day of Centennial was 6th in 2:32.48. Who's your first Wilbur kid?
That is Preston Lee in the first heat.
Oh, we are in 2 heats.
We do have 2 heats for the boys, for the men. So Preston Lee with the fastest time coming into this first heat. And as expected, he's out front. He has a good 20-meter lead on, looks like Jeremiah Gray from Fairbury. As they near that second turn. As we enter the final stretch, there's a close battle for first place here in the first heat.
Is that a Heartland runner?
That is actually from Superior, Jed Whitmore, I believe.
Yeah. There you go.
So Jet makes a great kick around the second curve. Ends up very close at that end of this first heat of the 800. Getting our last few runners across the line now. And we will set up the second heat.
It's the second heat that Aubrey will be very good at because he's actually in it.
So that should be everybody, and we'll have the second heat on the track. So we are ready for heat number 2, men's 800-meter run final.
And again, what you're watching here today should have been live streamed, and we apologize for the inconvenience of the lack of connection. It's not a Sandy Creek issue. I won't say our service provider, I guess, but the LTE service where we're at was just like all dried up or something. that or there's just a lot of people trying to use the same bandwidth of an LTE out here at the high school, and it has not allowed our stream to connect the way it needs to. And so consequently, this is not live. So you're watching it after the fact, but hopefully we can try to do a little bit of justice to the fantastic marks that we have seen, a couple of meet records that have fallen today. Not just Kaylin Meyer, although she is 2 for 2 in the shot put in the discus in setting new SNC meet record marks there. Found out that Taylor Queering, we haven't got to that video yet, but Taylor Queering of Heartland set a meet record in the triple jump. She also set a school record in the long jump, but we kind of concern ourselves with the meet record stuff here for this one. And we have the 3,200. We will get to that in a little while. The 3,200-meter run for the girls. The record is broke. It will stay in Geneva, though, as Grace Jacobson broke Amber Fairbanks' record from back in 1996 when it was still just Geneva. But Grace now will have her name atop the leaderboard for the 3,200 meters. And I'll have to check, but the Thayer Central girls ran 10:14 on the 4x8 relay, and I was going to check and see if that was a meet record because I thought maybe that oh no. No, the meet record in the 4x8 for the girls is 9:46. Oh my goodness. 9:46. That's
pretty impressive.
Moving. Wow. Dang. Okay.
Into the final stretch.
Yeah, anyway.
Out front as expected.
This is lap 1. This should be Aubrey Fangmeyer, right?
Yeah.
Aubrey Fangmeyer leading. Hohensee is third.
And Koss.
Zach Koss. Actually, Koss, I think, is leading. Fangmeyer is. Yeah, what? Thayer Central's 1 and 2. They did that a lot last year. Their 4x8 was fantastic. And these are the two back from it. So, like, they were all really good at the open 8 anyway. And then you put 4 really good open 8 runners in the 4x8, and they got really good.
Please do so. Men's and women's 300-meter hurdle.
So now we enter the final stretch.
There you
go.
go.
The actual final time. Because it is 2 laps for 800.
It is Fangmeyer and Koss, 1 and 2 for the Thayer Central Titans. And the race then will be on for third place. There's Nathan Hohensee and a Sutton teammate just beating out Shelkoff.
Leave Casey
Van Kirk then came up there. Is Hirschfeld there? Okay, he'd already crossed. So I think that means our next event is the 300 hurdle. So while they are setting some hurdles, let's find us the boys high jump from earlier today. Again, you are seeing recorded clips from earlier today. It was Sid Farley of Centennial clearing 5.6. Dylan Starr of Fairbury was 5th. He cleared 5.8. Also clearing 5.8 was Casey Van Kirk and Seth George, each of Sutton. So they actually tied for third. Logan Horsley of Milford finished in 2nd. He cleared 6.1. Also cleared 6.1, but on the fewer attempts was Cayman DeBoer. You saw him at the end. Cayman cleared 6.1 for the win in the SNC track meet here. Let's go to the women's pole vault. I don't think we have any video of that, so we'll just let you know that Claire Schumard of Fairbury cleared 9 feet to finish in 5th. Actually, Shaylee Bloom of Wilber-Clatonia also cleared 9 feet to finish in 6th. 4th place went to Madeline Krause of Thayer Central, 9 feet. Jessica Hollist of Milford was 3rd, 9.6. And then Heartland goes 1 and 2. Sadie Carr was 2nd, clearing 10 feet. Olivia Casper was 1st. 10 feet 6 inches for Olivia. So Heartland picks up a bunch of points on that one. 18 points through 6 events. They had a lead of 31-29 over Fairbury. Fillmore Central was 3rd with 18 points, and Thayer Central was fourth with 26. We'll probably update those scores a little better as we get deeper into our running events here. Ty, final results of the 800 for the boys.
So as we expected, Aubrey Fangmeyer from Thayer Central in first ran a 157.
Ooh, that's good. Go quick. They're running.
Zach Koss from Thayer Central, 2 minutes even. Nathan Hohensee, 2:04. Casey Van Kirk from Sutton as well, 2:04.92. Chandler Shelkoff from Fillmore Central ran a 2:05.23. And in sixth place, Jackson Hirschfeld from Centennial High School runs a 2:06.61.
Did you not have to announce him at SNC basketball or anything?
I don't think I did do Centennial. They were in the other gym.
Oh. Yeah, he's very good at basketball. So is the Gearhen kid. The Gearhen kid is just a freshman. He's very good. 300-meter hurdles for the – well, that's the 200-meter dash. I don't want that anymore. Or is that what we're doing next? Do they have hurdle set?
Yes, they have hurdle sets. We're about to start the 300-meter low hurdles.
Oh, yeah, you have those. You have them.
So first heat, only 2 runners. Alana Peening?
Elena Peening of Milford and Paris Tebrink of Milford is what's on our sheet. We'll see if that's right.
A little difficult to see a bunch of people kind of blocking our line of sight to the start line.
It's supposed to be down on the infield, people.
Aubrey Fangmeyer. Those are your results for the men's 800-meter run.
Yes, there are only 2.
Okay. Jerry can't see him. He was waiting, and they just looked like there was people on the infield moving. So who do we have? Elena Peening and Paris Tebrink, both of Milford. In this, the first of 3 heats for the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Looks like Peening will win this heat. So again, these are heats scored one time for finals. No prelims involved with the 300 hurdles. Well, that's a Fairbury runner.
Not look like another Milford runner.
About maybe that was Jasmine Snyder, perhaps.
Unless it was Johnson from Fairbury. Those are the only 2. But one of those 2.
We don't get the updated sheets.
That would be too easy.
Well,
if we knew exactly who was running.
I suppose we could ask more.
Lane 1, Jada Foreman, Centennial. Lane 2, Riley Sand, Wilber-Clatonia. Lane 3, Hallie Miller, Superior. Lane 4, Kylie Baumer, Sutton. Lane 5, Paris Tebrink, Milford. Lane 6, Destiny Hofaker, Sutton. And Lane 7, Cassidy Seabird, Heartland.
Yeah, looking at our list and listening to the PA here, only a few of those
Quite
are
a bit
accurate.
different, huh?
So, guess we'll do it live.
So are you paying attention? I'll pay attention better on this finals so that I could see in the final heat.
So second heat is off. Not exactly sure who most of these girls are, but we'll do our very best.
You got it, man. Take us home.
They're going around that first stretch. It's hard to make out jerseys on the end zone cam in the computer here. We are into the final stretch. Very close race for first and second. Big Pat coming behind in first from Milford. Maybe Nadia Larson. She has the fastest time coming into this in this heat from what we see. So that's my best guess.
A fine guess it is. I will actually be listening for our PA so I can try to get exactly who is in which lane coming up next.
Setting up the third and final heat of the women's 300 low hurdles.
Down on the infield, please.
Now it's down on the infield. But lane assignments maybe?
Well, with no lane assignments officially here, I can tell you that Madison Blackstone of Superior has the fastest seed time at 49.70, and Sydney Havel of Thayer Central 50.4, and Mariah Cummings of David City 51.1. Nevea Hone of Wilber-Clatonia would be your fourth seed coming into this race.
And we did have to reset over there. I'm not sure if we had a false start or just a little mix up with the starting gun. But the girls did reset. And we're off for the second time in this heat. Leaders now entering the final straightaway. Looks like a David City and a Superior runner, maybe.
Mariah Cummings would be there in lane 3. Blackstone in the all red in lane 4. Blackstone in the lead. Then you've got Cummings in lane 3. You've got Havel in lane 5. Here they come. There's Blackstone. Havel will be second. All the way on the inside, that's Milford's. It might be Nadia Larson. That came in fourth, actually, there. We'll check our official results as that race gets done here in just a second. While they are changing out the hurdles for the guys. By Drake Burton. He is your meet winner at 15 feet there in the pole vault. So now we should be on the boys 300-meter hurdles prelims.
And hopefully we have much more accurate lineup on the sheet here. Looking at Ryan Poppert from Fillmore Central in lane 1, Kyle Holman from Sandy Creek in lane 2, Dre Heller from Wilber-Clatonia in lane 3, Jared Neunenkamp from Heartland in lane 4, Nolan Bohr from Heartland in lane 5, Brett Cole from Fairbury in 6, Roland Roth from Milford in 7, and Damian Kulik. That sounds right. From Fairbury in 8. Hopefully. Best case scenario, that is accurate.
The gun is off here in Heat 1. So, Ty, you got this. When it's over, I'll have the final results from the 300 hurdles for the girls.
So it looks like maybe Noonan Camp out in front. At the moment, I'm going to pass on the inside.
200-meter finalist.
Dre Heller, by the looks of it, coming in.
Please report to the north chute. North end of the track for the men's 200-meter dash.
Lane 3.
Lane 3 says Dre Heller from Wilber-Clatonia.
Yeah,
that's who it is.
I'll go with that.
Dre Heller from Wilber-Clatonia.
Then Noonan Camp.
Crosses first, followed by Noonan Camp, followed by Poor. And Kyle Holman takes a tumble right in front of us. He's down. We're going to take a slight break to check on him, make sure he's okay. Holman is up and moving off the track, so goodness he's not seriously hurt. Freshman from Sandy Creek. So you have the 300, the women's results.
I do indeed. Madison Blackstone, we saw that, won it. 49.70 was her time. Sydney Hovel of Thayer Central finished in second at 50.50. Nadia Larson of Milford was third, 50.75. Lily Cast of Centennial was fourth, 50.93. Paris Tebrink of Milford, 51.08 was fifth. Mariah Cummings of David City was sixth, and 51.38.
We're ready for the second heat of the men's 300 intermediate hurdles. Bodica Dillon from David City is in 1. Dylan Weichel from Fairbury is in 2. Wyatt Ehlers from Centennial in 3. Mason Zimmerman from Wilber-Clatonia in 4. Colin Peening from Milford in 5. Peyton Johansson from Centennial in 6. Maverick Hebner from Heartland in 7. And Javen Skadoris from Milford in 8. I will apologize, like I do on most of my streams, for mispronouncing any names.
It happens. It does. Who we got coming down here, Ty?
Out in front, looks like lane 5. Peening from Milford, maybe?
I'll go with that.
That is accurate.
Then Centennial, then Wilbur, then Centennial. That's Ehlers that got fourth. Wilbur was next to him.
Johansson, looks of it, coming in second. And the other Centennial run, Ehlers is the other Centennial runner, so.
All right, now we need to, now they're going to be, do we have one more heat?
We have one more heat. Burns Hunter from David City in 1, Philip Pierce from Thayer Central in 2, Adam Baker from Superior in 3, Cameron Kleinschmidt from Sutton in 4, Reese Foreman from Centennial in 5, Cal Baumert from Sutton in 6, Cooper Bates from Wilbur in 7, and James Grease from Sutton in 8. So you're ready for the third and final heat of the men's 300 intermediate hurdles.
Down on your infield, please.
And we are off in the final heat. So coming into the final stretch, looks like Kleinschmidt maybe. There's a large bunch of them, so this could go anywhere. You got a big group of them.
That's Reese Foreman of Centennial. And was it Kyle Baumert?
From Sutton, Kyle Baumert. Yep. Looks like he got out in front of Foreman. We'll have to wait for our official results.
Kyle thinks he won. Reese thinks Kyle won.
First call for the women, 1600
So maybe Kyle
I
won.
bet Kyle won. I bet that's how that happened. Let's take a look at some results from earlier today in the girls' long jump. Aline Savanavong of Wilber-Clatonia was 6th and 15.5 1/4. Grace Sourdike of Thayer Central was 5th, 15.5 1/2. Lily Cast of Centennial was 4th, 16.1 3/4. Macy Swoboda of David City was 3rd in 16.6 3/4. Jamie Broman of Fillmore Central, 16 feet 10 3/4. She was 2nd. And like we said, setting a new school record in the process was Heartland's Taylor Queering. There's Jamie jumping right there. 16.10 3/4 was her jump. And here is Taylor Queering's jump. This is not the winning jump, but 17.10 1/2. A foot farther than Jamie Broman. Nobody goes a foot farther than Jamie. But Taylor did today. That means she hit the board just right on that last attempt because those two were neck and neck. In fact, Jamie's 16.10 should have gotten her past where Taylor was before Taylor's final jump. So Taylor Queering, your meet winner, 17 feet, 10 1/2 inches. Now we have the official results from that 300 hurdle.
And Bowermert from Sutton did take the win, 41.44, and 0.05 seconds behind is Reese Foreman of Centennial. Cameron Kleinschmidt comes in at 3rd, 42.27. Adam Baker of Superior, 43.46. Cooper Bates of Wilber-Clatonia in 5th at 43.46. 43.95, excuse me. And in 6th, Philip Pierce from Thayer Central at 44.10.
You have the meet schedule in here somewhere. Is this the 200?
This is the 200-meter dash finals.
Which means I have the prelim sheets here. Elena Savanavong from Wilber-Clatonia will be in lane 1. Sarah Huss of Fairbury, lane 2. Tricia Hayes of Superior, lane 3. Olivia Couch of David City, lane 4. Jamie Broman, Fillmore Central, lane 5. Sadie Carr of Heartland, lane 6. Lexus Prohaska of Centennial in lane 7. And Shaylee Bloom of Wilber-Clatonia in lane 8. This is the finals of the girls' 200-meter dash. By the way, this might be a good time to remind folks that while this is a recording and we've done a lot of recording from earlier today, our plan when we started this stream, or when we were going to try to start the stream, was to have all of those field events and some of those final running events that happened before the break, was to actually show them during the break and then show you all of these races live. We'll get to kind of a schedule update after this. So this is the 200-meter dash for the girls. Olivia Couch of David City in lane 4 had the fastest prelim time from earlier today. But it looks like it's Superior's Tricia Hayes in lane 3. Hayes followed by Heartland's Sadie Carr, who was there in lane 6. So it will be Hayes and Carr, 1 and 2, and the girls' 200-meter dash. So again, earlier today we had the 4x8 relays were the first things we saw of the day. We've also already seen the 3,200-meter runs. We've seen the 400-meter dash finals. All of those have happened. So what's going to happen is, as you see this recording, we are actually going to put those at the end of this recording, and it will be one long file. So it'll be all of this as if it was live. And then we'll have the recordings still on the same file, still on the same YouTube link for this as well. So that will be for those other races. So we'll put those at the end. So remind me to do that before we get done with all of the races, because we're clicking right along here at the 200 meters. We have the 200s now. Then the mile will be coming up, the 4x1 and the 4x4. And that's it. And that's it. In the boys' 200-meter dash, lane 1, Cade Wiseman of Sutton, George Herndon of Sutton, lane 2, Wyatt Collingham of David City, lane 3, Dinker Clayton of David City in lane 4, Reese Foreman of Centennial, lane 5, Tad Moldenhauer of Wilber-Clatonia in 6, Max Tomes of Centennial in lane 7, and Lane Hubert of Heartland in lane 8. Is this my water? It's going to be.
Well, it's hasn't been opened, so. Feel like we're ready to start the 200s.
Oh, you got to let everybody get set and do their little shimmy and settle. And then you can let them go.
Forget that they have the little shimmies. I don't run virtually ever.
You know what? It doesn't get any better the older you get either. Off of 2 and 3 and lane 4, Denker Clayton. How about probably Clayton Denker, don't you think? Of David City. Out front right now. Going a little quick. There's Denker. And who do you got second there? Boy, I saw.
Looked like the Centennial runner, maybe.
On the inside, Wyatt Collingham was in lane 3. Max Tomes of Centennial in lane 7 wasn't bad. And Lane Hubert of Heartland wasn't too far out of that. So that was a really good race there for the 200-meter dash.
So we will wait for.
And then Reese Foreman actually down at just across the finish line there.
Men's 1,600-meter run, please report.
So does that mean the mile is next for everybody?
That is accurate. The women's 1,600-meter run finals up next.
Well, before they get to that, let's show you this. That would be the. Do all of these have the
yes
soundboard on?
I hope so. I'm pretty sure I got all of them done. So.
All right.
With a height of 6 feet 1 inch, Logan Horton.
I'll let you do that here in just a second.
Must have skipped one because I thought I had them all edited up. See, maybe I just skipped that one.
Maybe it just X'd out or something. So the 1,600 for the girls.
Coming in with the fastest time is Brittany Queering from Heartland, 5:22.1.
Brittany Queering. Is Taylor Queering listed in there?
Taylor. I am not seeing a Taylor Queering.
Well, there she is. Does she know this is the mile?
I hope so. I guess our sheets aren't updated yet again. Foiled by ads and scratches.
All right, and hey, well, let's do the team standings as well. So in the 200-meter dash for the girls, Tricia Hayes of Superior did win it, 26.88. Sadie Carr of Heartland, some big points here for the Huskies, 27.08. Sadie was second. Olivia Couch of David City was third in 27.25. Jamie Broman of Fillmore Central was fourth in 27.5. Sarah Huss of Fairbury was fifth, 27.55. Just boom. They came in 27 seconds there. Alexis Prohaska of Centennial, 27.63. She was sixth. Aline Savannavong of Wilber-Clatonia was seventh, 28.11. Shaylee Bloom of Wilber-Clatonia, 28.93. She was eighth. So through 14 events and with only, what did we say, the mile?
3 mile and 2 relays.
A mile and 2 relays. So 3 more events after what we say here. Heartland with the lead, 66 points. Superior is second with 64 points. Fairbury is third with 58. Centennial is fourth with 52. Thayer Central is fifth with 50 points. And Fillmore Central is sixth with 49. Milford is seventh with 42. And then for some reason there's boys being scored with the girls as well. Interesting. Anyway, in any event, on the guys' side in the 200-meter dash, Clayton Denker of David City did win the event, 23.80. Max Tomes of Centennial ran 24.29. He was second. George Herndon of Sutton was third at 24.3. Wyatt Collingham of Centennial was fourth at 24.31. Lane Hubert of Heartland was fifth, 24.53. Tad Moldenhauer of Wilber-Clatonia, 24.76, was 6th. Cade Wiseman of Sutton was 7th, 24.89. And Reese Foreman, with that trip and stumble at the end, 29.39. He finished there in 8th. So your team standings, again, with 3 events left. Sutton is first with 88 points. Centennial is second with 86.5. That's your team race, basically, right there. Thayer Central is third with 47. Milford is fourth with 44.5. Wilber-Clatonia fifth, Fairbury sixth, and Superior seventh as they stand right now. So those team races will be kind of fun and interesting to watch. And yes, it is. That is Taylor Queering of Heartland leading the mile a lap and a half into the race. Not listed on the pre-sheet that we had turned in from yesterday.
So decent-sized pack coming around 50 meters from the finish line on their second lap. We said Taylor Queering out front.
That is, yep.
And then also with her from Fillmore Central, Grace Jacobson, Milford, Ashley.
Craze is how he said it. And then Brittany Queering, who actually has the best seed time, is fourth right now, because of course she is.
So that little pack battling it out for 1 through 4.
Well, and you know, this might be the other thing too. So I don't know that I'm not sure that Taylor's strongest race is the mile. Taylor's a really good athlete and a fierce competitor as well. And when you're maybe chasing some team points, if she's not amongst relays that could finish high, why not let her try to run the mile? Maybe she can still get a top 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, she's leading the thing right now. By the way, Brittany was the top seed. She might have the best kick of anybody. Mm-hmm. So you might pick up an extra 6 or 8, 10, maybe 10 points that you weren't planning on if Taylor can have a high finish. So team-wise, this might be a pretty smart move by the Huskies.
Just trying to get as many points as possible.
Yeah, because
near the end.
Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. Let's see, Taylor was, the 800. She won the 800. She won the long jump. She won the triple. Maybe she's just trying to win 4 events by herself.
Just trying to get as many points on her own.
With a lap to go, it is still Taylor Queering ahead of Grace Jacobson, Brittany Queering, and Ashley Craze. They're the top 4.
And still with a good-sized lead between number 5. We still haven't seen them cross the finish line going on to their final lap. So
this will be really interesting. Look at Queering pulling out and bringing Jacobson with her. So Grace earlier today set the SNC meet record in the 2 mile. So this just the mile.
Then the kick. I'm sorry.
No, they're practicing a relay over there.
Oh, I was thinking that was a kick. I was like 300 meters left, and you're kicking like that. That would have been pretty incredible.
Right. So we're just going to have to watch really closely, if you can see, because I sure can't. Where are they at?
No clue. It looks like they're on the backside, halfway through that curve.
Coming to the front here momentarily. Still looks like it's Queering leading Jacobson, but here comes Grace moving to the outside. So what does Taylor Queering have still in the tank? It looks like she is going to stride it out. Jacobson fading a little bit, and Taylor Queering is going to win 4 events at the SNC track meet. I don't know if she has ever run a mile. I'm not kidding. I don't know if she's ever run a mile at all.
I don't think I've seen it either, so pretty incredible.
And big points here for the Huskies. Just coming across the finish line is Brittany Queering. So Grace Jacobson of Fillmore Central finishes 3rd. Then it's Brittany Queering. Then Ashley Craze of Milford finishes in 4th. But Taylor Queering just won her 4th event of the SNC meet. She won the triple jump in a new meet record. She won the 800. She won the long jump in a school record. And she just won the mile. I will have to do some texting to see if that is the first time she's ever run the mile.
So I have a few more competitors crossing the finish line now. Nearing the end of the mile, we'll get ready for the boys' 1,600-meter run. looking very close. Seth Vlasic from Wilber-Clatonia at 5:25, and Jackson Gilbert from Superior at a 5:25.3. So very close seed times.
Seed-wise, very good. Also, interesting that we might have 2 heats of the mile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't get to see that very often.
I didn't even see that.
That's a lot of guys running the mile.
Plenty of people running the mile. In the first heat, though, our own Austin Wilson.
Hey,
taking
there he
a break
is.
from the camera to run the mile.
I wondered where he went. He was just editing video like 20 minutes ago, wasn't he?
Oh, hopefully he got out a little sooner than that to warm up. He's going to need to be loose for this one. He's coming in with the low seat time in this first heat. But happy to see him out there competing. 2 heats in the mile.
For the meter relay, please report to the north side of the track.
Believe we are waiting for, yes, one more runner for the mile, girls mile. So now the first heat of the men's is stepping on to the track. Maybe.
I'm trying to see if we aren't just having one heat here, because I see
separated on the sheet, because that is a lot of runners.
Do you see Hirsch? Is Hirschfeld in this? Or supposed to be? Yep, he's up there, and so there's your top guys up front there. So what you're looking at on the screen is quote unquote the pack, but the top 5 guys are in the first waterfall, which is actually starts about 20 meters ahead of where those guys are right now.
Wonder Brayton Jurasic from Sandy Creek. Usually one of our best mile runner, the guy's side. I don't see him out there.
Okay, I got confirmation. Taylor Querian has not run a mile before. She just ran 5:28.07 to win the mile at the SNC meet. Grace Jacobson, 28.88. 5:28.88. Brittany Querian, third at 5:37.38. Ashley Crazen Milford at 5:43.96 was fourth. Yeah, those 4 were hustling.
Winning 4 events at conference.
And here is how big that was, right? Superior got no points in that race. Well, I'm sure they've got some relays coming, right? Mm-hmm. Heartland, they might have so Querian's done running. She doesn't have. I'm trying to think if they even have a relay, but Heartland 82 points, Superior 64. So Superior needs to go first and second in the last 2 races to tie, and they have to win both of them to beat Heartland in the SNC. I guess that's good coaching. See, that's why those coaches get paid way more money than I do. Fairbury is currently third with 60 points. Fillmore Central is fourth with 57 points. I love the balance of the schools here. Thayer Central is sixth with 50 points. They're only 32 points behind Heartland. And Milford is seventh with 46 points. So
very close battle point-wise. Here at SNC.
That is Cole Karcher in second, but it's first place Thayer Central, second place Thayer Central, fourth place Thayer Central, and then Jackson Hirschfeld of Centennial is currently fifth. And now it is 1, 3, 4 with a slightly different individual order for Thayer Central. That's that's the little guy. Where'd he go?
Check in on the north side of the
if
track.
We can find them.
Men and women 400-meter relays, along with the exchange judges.
Damian Stewart is who that is that was moving up.
So Thayer Central continues to dominate the long distance on the men's side. All season long, they've had a spectacular long distance team, consistently having those 3 runners up in the front, the first 4. So not too surprising to see them up in the front as we're coming along nearing the finish line. 2 laps remaining. Still 2 Thayer Central runners out front. A third making a pass for third, actually. So Thayer Central
going 1, 2, 3 right now.
Wouldn't that be quite a few points for Thayer Central?
And that is not Wurr. That is not. Is there another Wilber-Clatonia runner that's not Riley Wurr? That is near the top of your list there.
Seth Alsack from Wilbur.
Vlasic.
Vlasic.
Okay. Well, he is currently 4th or 5th. And then you've got Hirschfeld and Wurr that are back there 6th and 7th.
Tommy Loken, freshman.
4:55.
4:55 seat time. So interesting mile setup right now.
Mm-hmm. And again, just the 4x100 relay and the 4x400 relays are all we have left to do today. Ty, keep talking. I'm going to try to get these other races loaded in here for later on.
All right, so nearing the finish line. Moving on to his final lap. Thayer Central 1, 3, and 4. Wilber-Clatonia making a move up to 2nd. Fillmore Central. So Thayer Central still maintaining a lot of control here in the mile. As we move on to the 4th and final lap. See on that back stretch. Those Thayer Central runners battling for that 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Pulling away. Kind of lose sight of them. So Damian Stewart, Dylan Fisher, and one other that seem to have lost on my sheet. Keegan Casey from Thayer Central, all up there in that top area. There you see Austin Wilson just manages to not get lapped.
No, he got lapped. Thayer Central 1, 2, Wilber-Clatonia 3, 4, Thayer Central 5, Sutton 6, Fillmore Central 7 on the racetrack. We'll get those official results for you here momentarily.
So after get these final mile runners, we'll have the women's 400-meter relay. 2 heats. Very small heat in the first one. Sutton and Fillmore Central are the only 2 teams in the first heat. And then you see the 8-team heat second. So we just now wait for final few runners to cross here.
Let me know when Austin is across, because I got videos and results to do.
Runner still trickling in. Joseph Ackerman from Sandy Creek, so that means that Austin Wilson should be hopefully short behind if he wants to grab that personal record. Maybe. Wilson making that to that final stretch.
There he is.
So Wilson, who has been helping us make the videos, take the pictures, edit the videos.
Right. We have asked Austin to do a lot of things. Of course, he was also late getting here today.
Just a little bit.
We'll mention that too. So while they're getting the next race set up, let's show you from earlier today the girls triple jump. 6th place went to McKenna Learman of Fairbury, 32 feet 11 and a half inches. 5th place went to Kate Hirschfeld of Centennial, 34 feet a half inch. 4th place, Lily Cast of Centennial, 35 feet 2 and a half inches. Third place, Aline Savannavong of Wilber-Clatonia, 35 feet 3 1/4 inches. Second place, Olivia Couch of David City, 35 feet 5. That was Olivia. And I don't think this was the one that we didn't get any video of, right? But a new meet record for Taylor Queering of Heartland, 37 feet 6 1/4 inches. Folks, that is more than 2 feet farther than second place.
And we can.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. Pretty good distance. We can blame Austin Wilson for not getting that too.
He got all of those other top girls except that one. So the 4x1 relay is on the track.
2 heats. First will just be Sutton and Fillmore Central.
Nope. Sure looks like we got a lot more than that. Hey, while they're doing that, let's get some results here. In that mile that we saw just a minute ago, Thayer Central, again, they went 1, 2, and 5. So Aubrey Fangmeyer finishes first, 449.43. Second was Keegan Casey, 452.86. Tommy Loken, the freshman from Wilber-Clatonia, does finish third, 454.50. Riley Wurr of Wilber-Clatonia was fourth, 456.17. Damian Stewart of Thayer Central was fifth, 457.43. And Nathan Hohensee of Sutton was sixth at 5 minutes, .25. Cole Karcher of Fillmore Central, Jacob Haight of Sutton, Jackson Hirschfeld of Centennial, and Nate Andreas of Sutton round out your top 10. And you are right, Sutton and Fillmore Central will be the ones running in this one.
So
how long is our triple jump file? Can we do that quick? Sure.
Maybe. We'll go for it. Why not?
Boys triple jump earlier today. Paul Johnson of Centennial finishes sixth, 37 feet 5 inches. Max Tomes of Centennial was fifth, 37 feet 8 1/4 inch. Josh Siebert of David City, 37 feet 7 inches. He would finish right there in fourth place. Maury Baptista of Sutton, 38 feet 8 inches. Elian Thompson, that was Maury Batista right there that just jumped. Elian Thompson of Centennial, 40 feet 1 3/4 inch was his best toss. He thought he was long jumping, you can't hear it here, but he actually says out loud, I thought I was long jumping for a second. Right there, though, folks, is the winning jump of Drake Burton of Milford, 41 feet 11 inches for Drake on the triple jump. So congratulations to Burton. He had already won the pole vault before he won the triple jump. So very nice job there by Drake Burton.
I suppose we had plenty of time. They had to get the
they had to get the blocks ready to go. Heartland does have a 4x1 relay, so they have a chance to add to their lead.
Just put it farther out of reach of Superior. So, very close battle for the women's overalls. Overall, I guess, here at the SNC tournament. Not tournament meet. Our PA announcer called it a tournament at the start of the meet, and I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, basically.
I mean.
And there's the shot. I'm done. We have this whole stack is done. Is that awesome?
Exchange judges, are you ready?
And of course, the two teams wearing the black jerseys are in the small heat, so we don't even get it easy trying to.
Well, one's got red and one's got purple. Well, you can't see that far?
Well, not when it's on the end zone cam on the other side. But we are nearing the end of the Southern Nebraska Conference track meet. Moving pretty quickly this year. I mean,
yeah. I will give Mr. Boer a lot of credit. The timing system has been flawless. We haven't had any missteps from the timing, have we?
Not that I know of, no. I mean,
generally, if something starts to slow down a meet, it's something with the timing. But that's been very good today. So, although as soon as we say that now, we're just like, okay, well, we have blocks.
I think we're waiting for an exchange zone, maybe.
Exchange zone 1, are you ready?
Exchange zone 1.
Exchange zone 2. Exchange zone 3.
So white flags all around. We are ready to go in the first heat of the women's 400-meter relay.
Is it crazy?
Finals.
I can see better in my sunglasses than I can without. You got this one, Ty.
I got this one. All right.
You the man.
I'm the
There's
man.
only 2 of them.
Only 2 of them.
You got to be able to figure it out.
I have a 50% chance of getting it right.
And they stay in the same lane the whole way around.
That is
Remember
true.
that.
So they're off. Fillmore Central and Sutton. Fillmore looks to have the early lead here. Going into the first handoff. Going around the back stretch. Fillmore Central just a little bit ahead of Sutton. Sutton catching up very quickly, actually, as we're going to go into the second handoff. This is where we lose him behind the crowd. Hammerman Jerry closing in. Looks like Fillmore still out in the lead. Not by much, though. Sutton catching up quickly. No, that is Sutton, actually, in the lead. So Sutton with the lead by good 10 meters maybe. I'm trying to see here. We're looking. I can't actually see them in person. I'm looking through the computer, through the camera. Sutton does take the first heat.
That's a good rate. I mean, you know, for not really being time. So you're doing it by time, right? So you're if you want to try to medal, you got to do it on your own, basically, if you're Sutton. So they finished strong. That's all you can ask of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who do we have in heat number 2?
So in heat number 2, in lane 1 is Thayer Central, lane 2 Centennial, lane 3 David City, lane 4 is Heartland, lane 5 is Fairbury, 6 Milford, 7 Wilber-Clatonia, and in lane 8 Superior. As the girls get their blocks, which we waited for before the first heat, this one will be a little more interesting. 8 teams, 8 lanes. As we've been talking about, Heartland just trying to put this away from Superior, trying to gather as many points as possible. Superior very close, though. Still is doable. As we enter the second to last event of the day here at Sandy Creek High School.
Exchange Zone 1. Exchange Zone 2. Exchange Zone 3.
So we have white flags all around the track. So we are just about ready to start 400-meter relay second heat. And they're off. Going for the first exchange zone. Superior moved extremely quickly. They look to have an okay-sized lead here. So very close entering the back stretch. Wilber-Clatonia stepping up now with a decent-sized lead. Wilber in lane 7. Coming around the curve, back now looking to the computer.
That is Heartland, actually, that is up front right now. And the Huskies are going to pad on to their lead. Another 10 points for the Huskies. That's Olivia Casper leading the way. Then Centennial will be second, and David City third, followed by Fairbury in fourth. Hey, if I stand out here, I could see.
That is a good idea.
I think I'll do that.
Also, notably, Superior in 8th in the heat, so not going to get any points off of this one.
She's over.
And
with only one
with
event
that,
left.
Heartland's going to take.
Heartland girls will be your SNC champions on the track this year.
congratulations to them. They sealed the deal in the women's 400-meter relay.
And the 400 relay, and of course, let's see, they had, 86 coming into this. So now they have 96 points. 40 of them came from Taylor Query by herself. Do they do an athlete of the meet?
Well, we know who it would be if they did,
Well,
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess the question would be, who would you make it for the guys? Probably Drake Burton.
Be a fair.
Long jump. Did he win the triple jump and long jump and pole vault, or just the pole vault and triple?
I don't have my results sheets with me.
Oh, they're over here.
Somewhere
Yeah,
in our stack of papers. But
we'll figure that out later.
Going into the 400 meters for the men's, yeah, we're going to have a small first heat again. This one looks like Sandy Creek, Fillmore Central. I'm not seeing David City's team. They are.
Looks like Sandy Creek and Fillmore Central in this first heat.
So either David City scratched out or something like that, because we're just going to have two teams here in the first heat.
You got them again. I got
All
results. I got the results of the 4x1 relay in my hand for the girls right now. Heartland does take it. 52.97, fully automated timing, 52.97. Centennial was second, 53.89. David City was third, 53.91, closest race of the day. Fairbury was fourth in 54.24. Thayer Central was fifth in 54.31. Wilbur was sixth in 54.77. Sutton was seventh in 54.82. With one event still to score, it is all said and done. Heartland is your SNC Girls Champions, 92 points, with still the 4x4 left. Fairbury and Superior are tied for second with 64, with one event left. So Superior ended up eighth in that 4x1 relay, so they needed a couple points. But Fairbury with that fourth place finish, so they've got the 4x4 to see who's going to finish in second. And, oh, by the way, there's Centennial in fourth with 60 points. So a close race at the top, and Fillmore Central is fifth with 57.
So still very close, coming in for second and third for the women's side of things right now. Looks like we're just about to get our exchange zones ready. Once again, Sandy Creek in
Fillmore Central.
Sandy Creek in lane. I was looking for the lanes.
Oh,
They're
lane.
not in the lanes. They're in the paper, though.
My goodness.
Again, lane 4, Fillmore Central, lane 5, Sandy Creek.
Come on, man. There's only two of them.
Okay, I just wanted the lane. Is that so wrong?
You can't count out. You can't look out there and go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well,
and
I thought
5.
it'd be on the paper, but I suppose now that you say that out loud,
Nothing's been
it
on
would've
the paper right.
That is true. Just kind of making it up as we go. Going to the first exchange zone, Hunter Steinbach seems to have a bit of a lead for Sandy Creek. It works.
Yeah.
Going on to the backstretch, Ethan Sherbeck from Sandy Creek. I know all their names because I'm from Sandy Creek. Ethan Sherbeck takes a pretty decent-sized lead.
I'm from Geneva. Doesn't mean I know all the Fillmore Central kids.
Oh, I'm still in high school. Dylan Schweer, I know that one especially.
That's your brother, isn't
Little
it?
brother, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Coming around the curve, Sandy Creek.
They're winning, though. Fillmore's got, like, the large man's relay.
Well, that is Riley Moses running the anchor for Fillmore Central. Kyle Holman.
You know, Riley could probably anchor the 4x1 anyway.
Yeah,
whether it
he
was a
is
big kid one or not. He's
pretty fast. Pretty
he's
strong, too, placing 4th, I believe, in the shot put.
Right. And he's playing football somewhere. I saw that, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I can't remember where, though.
Or maybe he just got offered. He's only a junior, right? He's not a senior yet.
Not sure. I'll have to check that. But Sandy Creek does take the first heat over Fillmore Central. So now we see the second heat. Moving on to the track. Looks like Thayer Central in 1, Superior in 2, Sutton 3, Centennial 4, Heartland 5, Wilber-Clatonia 6, skip them, Milford 7, and Fairbury in 8. Except Fairbury seems to not be on the track. I saw their team before. they are not out there. So.
Well, you were mistaken, apparently.
Oh, they were in lane 8. They were right in front of our tent here. I know I saw a Fairbury relay team. I'm mistaken quite often, but I'm pretty sure not this time.
Exchange zone 3.
So again, we thank you for watching us today on Striv Sports. We apologize again that our connection here at the school, when we got here, it was actually a pretty good connection. Things weren't so bad. So everyone is watching this on the replay wondering, well, why didn't it happen live like you said we were? And that was the plan. When we got out here, everything looked like we were going to be able to stream no problem. Not sure if it's just the number of people that are out here and trying to use the same LTE as what we are, but there is just a big lack of LTE connection going on right now. So unfortunately, we can't show you everything live like we wanted to, but I do want to say thank you to Ty Schweer and Austin Wilson and Jeremy Boer. Is he technically your guys' advisor for Striv stuff? Or
Striv advisor, tech guy,
football,
digital media teacher,
girls
football
basketball.
coach, basketball coach. He does virtually everything.
He's running the
librarian.
He's running the timing system today, actually. And so thanks to Mr. Borer for letting us use the end zone camera. This is a fantastic little thing that we need to be taking more advantage of in some outdoor streaming. So
does that mean my idea might work, the golf with the end zone cam?
Well, yeah. So
if that happens, it is my idea. I'm putting it out there now.
Okay.
If this gets edited out of the stream, just know.
I'm not editing. I'm just hitting upload later tonight. Trust me, I'm not spending any more time with this. Yeah.
Claiming that idea now.
Okay,
but,
that's fine. Dan Malik at York will want to use it for golf next year, we'll have to get it from Coach Snodgrass when we do the golf invite there. So 4x1 relay. Let's see how they will finish up.
Looks like Heartland. Maybe you're coming around the corner. Extremely close there. Centennial might have actually been DQ'd there, but
I think we're going to have a misfire there, and that is
Heartland
Oswald.
Just out ahead of
You're right.
Sutton.
Heartland just does edge Sutton. That was Hayes Oswald. I think we might have a miscue for the exchange zone there for Centennial.
Just reminded all coaches and media at the conclusion.
Yeah, we are seeing red flags, so
So they're gonna talk about this, and actually they're walking down lane 7. So who was in 7?
7 was this is the right sheet. If I can. 7 was Milford, actually. They're saying 7, so Milford actually the one DQ. Centennial looked pretty upset with their handoff.
Yeah, maybe it was just they knew they were going to be close, and the misstep that it took was maybe they reacted that way just because they knew they weren't going to be able to come with the win then. So we'll see what that sorts out to be, but that should leave us with just the 4x4 relays being the last events of the day.
So once again, small first heat, Wilber-Clatonia and David City.
That's the way it looks.
In the first flight, I don't think I have a men's 1,600-meter relay, but
is it on the back side of a sheet?
I'm assuming we could call that one by eye, though.
Well, you would think. Yeah, it's just.
You would think, but you never know.
That's been one of those days, folks. Again, thanks for watching us on Striv TV.
Thanks for having me, Eric. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
A little bit of extra work here and there.
That's okay. Hey, while we have maybe just a second, huge thank you to Cornerstone Bank.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together. It's thanks to you that. All
right, we've got the final results now from the boys 400-meter relay. Heartland does win at 46.09, just ahead of Sutton, who was second in 46.14. Wilber-Clatonia was third, 46.47. Next best, Centennial at 46.48. 1/100th of a second there. Yeah, was the exchange just a little bit off? And that, yeah, it was. Then you've got Superior fifth at 46.87. You've got Thayer Central sixth at 48.26. Sandy Creek gets seventh place, 51.55. But listen to this: Fillmore Central, Milford, and Fairbury all DNF. So 3 DQs in that race.
So, well, Fairbury never went up to the line to race at all. So
right. So Fillmore Central and Milford were both DQ'd out of that last race.
Didn't see the red flags on Fillmore Central, but I guess. So interesting finish to that. Austin Wilson's back in the 10 after that incredible mile.
Yeah, you've been outside for like 10 minutes. He's got a sunburn. Look at this kid. Must be that red hair, huh?
Pale skin. So in the first heat of the women's 1,600-meter run, we're coming around to that straightaway on the first leg. Neck and neck, really. David City might have it by just a little bit. Wilber-Clatonia making a move up ahead, so very close in the first leg. Wilbur is going to get just a little bit of a lead going into the second. David City kind of slows down there at the end of that one. So second leg is off. Wilber-Clatonia, good 10-meter lead over David City. Almost done. One more event.
And a reminder that we are going to be able to see on the recording at the conclusion of the 400-meter relays, we'll see the finals of the 400-meter dash. That was earlier today, and the 3,200-meter runs. Do I have the – those are the 3,200-meter runs. I should have the 3,200-meter relays. Ty, you got this. I got to do some searching now.
Back to me. We're both teams nearing the final stretch of the second leg. Wilber-Clatonia kind of stretching out their lead. They've got David City by maybe 10, 15 meters. But the David City runner starting to get a good kick there at the end. Just trying to close that gap, get as close to Wilber-Clatonia as possible. Moving into the third leg. There's the first handoff. And then the second. So Wilbur, decent side lead here in the 1,600-meter relay. First flight. There are 2. Second flight will be right after this, and then we'll move on to the men's, and then we'll be done. So Wilbur still with a decent size lead over David City. Coming up on that second turn now. David City still just now getting to that turn, so Wilbur looks like they might hold on to this one unless David City can get a pretty impressive time on the anchor. Looks like Wilbur's going to run away with this first heat as the next heat teams line up, prepare themselves. Hey, I found my men's 1,600-meter relay sheet. Found that finally, so even though we could probably call that one by I have it now. So, final legs are off the anchors. Wilber-Clatonia with almost a 50-meter lead. David City's got some catching up to do, but it looks like Wilbur is going to take this first heat. We'll be moving on to the second here very shortly. As we said, we are not live. Wish we could be live, but you're seeing all this on, it'll be recorded for you. So
this will be on the Striv Sports website. So this will be the only place you could see all of it. Again, I want to say thank you to Ty and to Austin for doing a great job helping us out, getting video clips and editing those clips together of the different field events. Definitely one of the cooler things we pulled that off. I'm gonna say today has been a success, despite the fact that it wasn't live. The fact that our workflow had us ready to go when we thought we would be ready to go. So from that perspective, I'm calling today a success, just like the Wilber-Clatonia girls would call their 4x400 relay a success, crossing the finish line first.
And with a decent lead over David City, here comes their runner as they will finish second of 2 in the women's 1,600-meter relay. And we'll see the next teams coming out. In lane 1, Milford. And in lane 2, Thayer Central. 3, Centennial. 4, Heartland. 5, Fairbury. 6, Superior. 7, Fillmore Central. And Sutton in lane 8. Heartland comes in with the fastest seed time of a 4:08.4. Heartland, as we said in the women's, already secured the victory in overall team points. So now we look to see where second, third, and fourth are going to be, as that battle is very close. Right now, Fairbury and Superior tied up for second. Fairbury has the faster seed time, but only by 3 seconds. So look to that as the deciding factor for the runner-up today's Southern Nebraska Conference meet. So our runners are getting set. Don't have to wait for exchange zones. We just have the one.
Oh, by the way, Heartland is also in lane 4, which means they have the fastest seed time, right?
Yeah. It is a 4:08.4.
What's the second fastest?
The second fastest is in lane 5, Fairbury, with a 4:19.3. Superior right behind them, 4:22.8. Those two teams battling for second at the moment.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good, as Eric so keenly noted.
Well, you got to be aware of what the other teams around you can do. And then you got to realize, okay, have they been kind of lying in the weeds, waiting to pounce,
saving it for district,
right?
Saving it for conference.
Well, I called that. Jackson Hirschfeld had like the 6th slowest seed time in the 3,200, and then he won the event. But I'm like, man, that's slow for Jackson. So,
or you have someone like Taylor Queering, never runs the mile, comes out and wins it. Sometimes you have no scouting to do at all. But so. In the end, anything can really happen here.
So, again, we want to remind everyone that you can kind of skip around on the replay of the SNC meet, but we're in the last live race, quote-unquote live race of the day. At the conclusion of the boys 4x4, we will be able to say the team results and kind of go through that. But then a reminder that you will be able to watch the replay of the 400-meter dash, the girls' for the girls and the boys, the girls' 3,200-meter run abbreviated. We kind of cut it down to about 3 minutes. And then the boys' 3,200-meter run, that we cut down to about 5 minutes. And then you'll be able to see a lot more of, not quite the whole thing, but a lot of the 4x800 relay. That was the first race on the track earlier today. So we're going to kind of invert everything and start, or finish, I should say, the way we started, which is with the 4x8. So while that is going, we are going to be packing everything else up. But excited about that. And again, thanks to Ty and Austin for their help today. And we look forward to trying this again at some point in the future.
Hopefully we can get the LTE going and get the stream working.
Well, next year we'll just have to do it on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
On your school Wi-Fi. That's how that's going to work.
Not sure where they have it at.
Well, it's ripped out because you have a whole new building back there.
Yeah, you can't see that, but brand new school building here at Sandy Creek.
And that's like most of the building. Where are you guys having classes right now?
We have it where the middle school will be, where the old high school is. Just our shop and a couple of our old rooms are. So we squeeze in there, but brand new school being put together here at Sandy Creek. So exciting stuff.
Cool.
Great
All
for
right.
seniors.
Hey, how about the race on the track?
Back to the race on the track. First leg, Fairbury Superior and Fillmore Central battling it out for first through third. Superior is going to be just a little bit ahead going into the first handoff. Superior and Fairbury. Front Fillmore in third, Thayer Central in fourth. Centennial and Heartland battling it out for fifth and sixth. Then Milford and finally Sutton. So still very close. Fairbury and Superior, the one to be watching. Whoever will end up on top of the other is going to take the runner-up spot in the tournament. Not the tournament, the meet. I keep calling it tournament. The PA says it once. I make fun of the PA guy.
Stuck for life.
And now I can't stop. But out in front is Fairbury. Superior right behind him. Fillmore Central in third still. Heartland already secured the win overall in team points. They are in fourth currently in the heat. Superior now makes a move around the curve. They are way out front of Fairbury. Fairbury runner kind of slowing down as Fillmore is going to pass her as well. So Superior now making moves towards that runner-up spot here at SNC. Superior first, Fillmore second, Fairbury third, Thayer Central fourth, Heartland fifth, Centennial sixth, Milford seventh, and Sutton yet to make the handoff. Here comes their second runner. There's Sutton starting their third leg.
A reminder that Fairbury and Superior are tied for second to Heartland going into this race. So whoever wins between those two is going to end up solo second, unless Centennial, who is 4 points behind, can beat them both, but they need to beat them by more than 4, obviously, to jump them in the points. So Fairbury and Superior are the two to see who's going to finish second in the team standings.
Well, Superior took the lead at the end of the second leg, but in the third, Fairbury takes it back. Superior looking at a big kick, though, so very back and forth for those two teams, both of them duking it out for that runner-up. Fairbury has the advantage right now going into the fourth and final leg. Superior right behind them, followed by Fillmore Central, Thayer Central, and Heartland neck and neck moving into the fourth and final handoff. Thayer Central just a little bit of an advantage if they don't muff that handoff, just barely get it off, and Heartland will take advantage of it. Then Centennial, then Milford, so it doesn't seem like Centennial is going to be able to catch up there and get those points. So Centennial will end up placing third in the meet, but still very, very close up in the front of the 1,600-meter relay. Fairbury has the lead, but not by much. Superior right behind him. Calling it how I want to call it, Swartz.
That's how you got to do it, Ty. Come on.
That voice you hear in the background is my track coach, Matt Swartzendruber, telling me how to do my job.
He's a teacher and a coach. He's supposed to do that.
Well, yeah, well, he's not a coach in broadcasting.
No, it's basically a horse race.
That's what you're for, yeah.
It's basically, call it like a horse race, Ty.
Well, coming down the final stretch, Fairbury and Superior.
Well, you don't have to yell about it.
Neck and neck. Fairbury just barely ahead. Superior making a move, and it looks like Superior is going to take it just barely.
How about that? So Superior's going to finish second in the meet to Heartland.
First.
And first in the race.
So congratulations to Superior. What a race.
That was fun.
Back and forth the entire time. Superior had the first leg. No, Fairbury had the first leg. Superior had the second. Fairbury had the third.
Superior won the race. That is fun.
Very exciting stuff.
Hey, before we get to the guys, a reminder that Sutton is 6.5 points ahead of Centennial going into the 4x4. So Centennial needs a win and a poor place or no place, really, for Sutton if they want to jump them.
In the men's?
In the men's.
Okay, so we are setting up the men's 1,600-meter relay, the first heat, two-team heat, Sandy Creek and Heartland. Very close coming in at seed time. Sandy Creek running a 4:08 even, Heartland a 4:08.6. So this could be a really exciting two-team race. So I'm assuming, Striv being stationed in Heartland, you know most of the Heartland runners. Maybe?
Nope.
Nope. Well, I know this.
You know, I might live in the town, but honestly, I've spent so much time going to other schools, I'm not in Heartland very often.
Well, I'm in Sandy Creek virtually every day, so
you should know those guys.
Hopefully, my brother's in this one too, so I got him at least.
Boy, you know, I recognize Jared. It looks like he might be a late. I don't know any of these guys. Who is that?
Sorry about that.
She apologized. It's been like 10 seconds since the race was over. Okay, there you go. Official results from the 1,600-meter relay and the final event of the day For the girls, 4:15.98. Superior takes the win over Fairbury, who ran 4:16.11. Fillmore Central was third in 4:21.3. Heartland was fourth in 4:21.8. Centennial fifth in 4:25.7. And sixth was Thayer Central at 4:28.6. Your official team standings. For the girls here today, Heartland, we mentioned they do take the win, 96 points. Superior edges Fairbury with that finish. Oh, that's just craziness. Superior with 74 points. Fairbury with 72 points. Fillmore Central with 63 points. They finish fourth. Centennial finishes fifth with 62 points. Thayer Central finishes sixth with 53. Milford finishes seventh with 46 points. Congratulations to all of the teams and individuals.
And once again from Heartland, 40 points from Taylor Querin
Querin.
alone.
Winner in the long jump, school record. Won the triple jump, SNC meet record. Won the 800, no record at all there. I don't know. And the first time she has ever run a mile in competition in her life, ran 5:28.17 and won the mile.
So
and held off the girl that had just before set the SNC meet record in the 2 mile. Grace Jacobson of Fillmore Central. She's a distance runner. Like that, when you think distance runners in the SNC, like Grace is who you think of.
Yeah.
And then Taylor beat her in the mile. How does that even work?
Just an all-around athlete.
I'm telling you, that's like LeBron saying, "I'll join the Browns."
Well, going into the second leg, Heartland is going to pull just a little bit ahead of Sandy Creek. It's still very close. Ethan Sherbeck running one of the slower splits out of the 4.
Okay, I got the next runner for Heartland. I know him.
I know the next runner for Sandy Creek. I live with him. Unfortunately.
I don't live with them.
You don't?
No.
Well, I got you beat then.
Okay.
Coming around that second curve, Heartland just ahead of Sandy Creek. Ethan Sherbeck is going to move into lane 2.
That's Jared Neunenkamp in 1 now.
Okay, well, in 2 is Dylan Schweer.
There you go.
So Heartland.
Who's Ethan? Is that the Sandy Creek?
Ethan was the one that just ran the second leg.
For Sandy Creek?
Yes.
Okay.
Dylan running the third. And Dylan's starting to catch up, closing that gap to Heartland. Runs consistently low 60s, 61, 62s. Hoping to get under that 60 mark in the next few weeks. Only 2 meets left for us at Sandy Creek, so that's what he's hoping for.
Is that districts and state? Or you got
Sutton and
Sutton and districts.
Sutton is always after conference for whatever reason. But
yeah, well, you know, Hebron golf meet was always the last thing you did before districts, which was after conference.
Moving into the final stretch, neck and neck. Neunenkamp and Schweer. There's a pull on my way. Looks like Heartland might have it just by a little bit.
Well,
or not.
Their seed times were like, what, 0.6 of a second off?
0.6 of a second away. And they're showing it. Braden Jurasic, from the anchor for Sandy Creek, loses a little bit of ground here.
In the first 100.
But he does have a pretty good kick. So we'll see about it. Very close seed times. Heartland starts to pull away with it. I'm surprised Jurasic doesn't have a little bit of more. I wouldn't be surprised if he had more of a kick. He didn't run the mile. He is Sandy Creek's top mile runner, but he did not compete. He was scratched out.
Saving it for this one?
Saving it for this one, maybe, I guess. Coach Schwartzendruber, what do you say? Why was Jurasic not running the mile? Since you're here, Jurasic. Ran an 800 instead.
There you go.
So ran a little bit earlier. So
half a mile.
Wouldn't be surprised if he had a little bit of more of a kick here. But Heartland, with plenty of distance in between them, they're going to take this first heat by a pretty hefty margin. And Sandy Creek in second. We'll get ready for the second heat of the final event, the men's 1,600-meter relay here at SNC. In lane 1 is Milford. Lane 2, David City. Fillmore Central is in 3. Sutton is in 4. Thayer Central is in 5. Centennial 6. Wilber-Clatonia 7. And Fairbury in 8.
So again, we're going to kind of record this now as if we were live. Of course, you're going to see recordings from races from earlier today at the conclusion of this race. But before we kind of say goodbye on our broadcast, if you will, we want to say a huge congratulations because we saw SNC meet records today set. Were they all on the girls' side?
I think so. We had Kaylin Meyer with 2.
All right. Kaylin Meyer, shot put. Kaylin Meyer, discus. Grace Jacobson in the 3200. By the way, Kaylin, if you don't know, she's from Superior. Grace is from Fillmore Central. Taylor Queering of Heartland in the triple jump. Is that it?
I almost want to say there is a men's, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just crazy, but you can check up on that.
Give me this.
You can have that. So, we are ready for the final event of the day that we'll have here live, air quotes included, because you'll be watching this on the rewind. But the last one you'll have me here for. I'll be picking up, heading home. Got the rest of my weekend to enjoy. Sutton coming in with the fastest seed time. We've seen their 4x4 quite often this year, and boy, they are scary fast.
We had no boys set SNC records today.
So the girls' side really.
So the girls and you know, so 36-10. So when we say Taylor Query, not only did she win the triple jump today, she won it by 2 feet 1 1/4 inch. She set the meet record by 1 foot and 1/4 inch.
Wow.
By 1 foot.
That's insanely
Maggie
impressive.
Malone of Fillmore Central back in 2011, before she was throwing the javelin in the Olympics, Maggie was doing the triple jump and went 36-10, and Taylor went 37-10 1/4 today.
My goodness. So she had a fantastic day here at SNC. Leads her team to victory. We will soon have the results from the boys, the men's, I should say.
Well, at the end of this race, you'll know. There you go. Thanks.
Well, I mean, I can see all the teams, but I guess I'll take it. Maybe call it some seed times.
Right.
We talked about that Sutton team.
Yeah,
they have a seed time of 3:33.1.
Of what?
3:33.1.
Good grief.
Scary fast. Behind them is Thayer Central with 3:37.3. I mean, Sutton just scary fast. In the first leg, it actually looks like Thayer Central, though, has the lead, unless I'm just not seeing.
Well, remember, there's a curve when they start.
There is a curve.
A stagger, if you will.
So we'll see around the first handoff just where the lead lies. There is Sutton, very close to Thayer Central. They're in lanes right next to each other, so we're getting a pretty good look at that. David City in third, Wilber-Clatonia fourth, Centennial, Milford, and Fairbury in that order after that. So Sutton gets the handoff just a little bit before Thayer Central, followed closely by David City, Wilber-Clatonia, Centennial, Milford, and then finally Fairbury going into the second leg. Thayer Central looking to make a move on Sutton. Very close. Our 10 is falling apart. That's not good.
Nope. I get it. Hold on.
Eric's got it. So while Eric is fixing the tent, I will call the second leg of this, maybe third. I don't know how long it's going to take Eric to do that. But coming around on the final stretch, second leg, Sutton keeps Thayer Central off of them. Thayer Central nipping at their heels, however. David City in third, Wilber-Clatonia looking to make a move at David City, actually. Centennial, then Milford and Fairbury in last in the heat. Sutton, good, maybe 10-meter lead over Thayer Central. David City, Wilber-Clatonia neck and neck. Centennial then in sixth. Milford makes their handoff, and Fairbury just about to make their handoff But Sutton just pulling ahead again. Scary fast at the 4x1.
It's a 4x4.
4x4. That is accurate.
They're a half a lap of Fairbury ahead of Fairbury in the second exchange.
We've seen Sutton lap kids almost twice in this race.
There's only 4 laps.
They're incredible. It's scary.
What
to
did
watch.
you say? 3:33.
3:33.
What's the record?
Let's see. Boys 1600 meter relay is a 3:27 set by Thayer Central in 2017. So last year's Thayer Central team still with a good size distance between them and Sutton's seed time. But Sutton is hauling here. Looks like almost a 50-meter lead on Thayer Central. Thayer Central with a pretty good anchor leg, but Sutton looks to have this one.
And you know what I always think is interesting is when do teams set relay records and how do they do it when they don't have anybody pushing them? You know, Sutton is running this by themselves right now. This is incredible.
So Sutton way out in front. They are going to take the 1600-meter relay by a hefty margin over Thayer Central, who was in second, David City in third. There you see Sutton crossing the finish line. Here comes Thayer Central, followed closely by David City. Wilber-Clatonia kind of lost him on that anchor leg. David City did a good job of pulling away. Centennial comes in at, what is that, 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Milford. Nope, 6. I was wrong. Whatever. Milford comes in at 7th. And finally, Fairbury across the line in our final event of the day.
Now, we are going to stay with our quote-unquote broadcast until we have the official results, and we'll check some times here on the 4x4 relays. But, yeah, that's the last event of the day. And, again, on the recording here, you're going to be able to see previously from today the 400-meter dash, the 3,200-meter runs, and the 4x800-meter relays. I want a big thank you to Jerry. You have been great today, man. Thank you for handling our what ended up being our one camera that we got to use.
Because the other camera.
Because the other one kind of overheated a little bit on us. Little sunburn there, a little pink on the arms. Yep.
It was really nice in the tent, Jerry. I don't know.
I'm fine. I left my jacket on all day, actually.
Yeah. Almost a little chilly with the wind.
Right.
But
so we're going to await our official score sheets.
As here comes our runner. There they are.
Thank you. With the time, not even on the seed time, 3:36.55
and
for Sutton. Still won it by 5 seconds. Thayer Central finishes second, 3:41.42. David City third at 3:44.01. Wilber-Clatonia fourth at 3:49.4. Centennial fifth, 3:52.9. Milford sixth, 4 minutes flat. Heartland seventh at 4 minutes flat, .67. So the official team standings through the 17 scored events: Sutton takes the SNC championship with 107 points. Centennial second with 92.5. Thayer Central third with 76. Wilber-Clatonia fourth with 63. Milford fifth with 45.5. Heartland sixth with 36. And Fairbury seventh with 35. Again,
pretty successful day here at Sandy Creek for Southern Nebraska Conference track. Now I know why I'm calling it tournament, because I did Southern Nebraska Conference tournament basketball. Figured that out just in the nick of time. But track and field wraps up. Couple meet records on the girls' side. Congratulations to Superior for winning that one. I know Superior placed second. Heartland clinched it in the 1600-meter relay. Superior snagged second over Fairbury with that final race. So, it's a great day. Awesome to be here helping out. Eric on Striv, worked with him a bit before. Never directly, so great to be here.
My drive got wet. That's not good.
That is most certainly not good.
Whoa, buddy. Yeah. Boy. Heck of a day. Heck of a day. Heck of a day, folks. Thank you for watching. Congratulations to the Heartland girls and the, who did I just say? Sutton boys on the SNC championships today. That's going to do it for us for our live broadcast, featuring now replays from earlier today. If we don't see you, we'll see you later. All right, well, I'm sorry, folks. Videos are not working for me right now. Those will be uploaded as a separate video later on. So, heck of a day, right? Thanks for joining us from Sandy Creek High School. The wind has whipped around everything. It's time to tear everything down and get out of here. Saying so long from the SNC meet at Sandy Creek High School, I'm Striv Sports Director Eric